So, well, I'm back and I have my black hair again. I'm back to feeling like myself again. So, feeling dark like my soul right now. Um, so there's a lot of news going on this week. Some bad, some good. Um, I just got an update from SHR that Clint Boyer is not going anywhere. He's staying with SHR next year, which is unfortunate but I bet the next announcement from them would be like Swartz goes bye bye because he's not very good. And then earlier this week, Call Lake Racing is I guess expanding their team to two cars. So um, Ross Chastain is gonna be running full time the Xfinity Series with Call Lake Racing. Yeah, so full time deal to drive for. Yeah, okay. So it's good for him. I'm not a fan of his really, but good for him. And then more news. Um, Ricky Stenhouse signed with JTG Doherty Racing. So that's that team is yeah has was Chris Buescher and can't remember the other guy, uh, but that's good news because I actually like Ricky Stenhouse because he's actually uh, and people are just not being rude about it. So my phone keeps pissing me off. But anyway, and of course, like this same week, both of those like team haulers got into an accident or caught fire on the way to Kansas Speedway. So it does not look good. But uh, and then Xfinity news, the 20 driver for the 20 car was announced. It's going to be Harrison Burton. I'm kind of glad. I was kind of feeling it was going to be him. And of course, there's some backlash again on that. There's always some kind of backlash when it comes to Xfinity drivers and now Cup drivers too. So, like JGR and NASCAR upload this video of like Christopher Bell putting like the 20 sticker on the back of the Supra, and and then here comes Harrison putting the Dex, whatever his sponsor, on the back of his car. So that means Harrison Murray will be driving the 20 car next year for JGR Xfinity Series. And of course, people are bitching and moaning like they always do and don't know much about racing if you think he hasn't done anything to prove himself in when you done do my hair. Need to has a one in the truck series because he's with KBM. He's supposed to win all these races. I'm like, people, you don't realize how hard it is in any series to win at least one race. It's his rookie season. Like anyone in KBM hasn't did not make the championship. We get that, and that's apparently a no for Kyle Busch because he's the big perfectionist of the entire Cup series, and or just any series for that matter. But I think he just puts too much pressure on these drivers to go out and do things that he does, but they can't personally do themselves. Like people need to realize the Truck Series is a hard series. Like it's hard to win in that series, especially when your team owner is Kyle Busch and he's winning all these races in those cars in those trucks, but his younger drivers are not doing anything really. Like they're consistent with their good finishes, but they have bad luck too. Um, so, but the only wins they got in the season was like from seasoned veterans, and that's not okay. Honestly, I think Busch is setting them up to fail. Honestly, I do. Don't come at me. It's not because I just hate Kyle Busch. It's just the fact that as a team owner, he just puts too much damn pressure on his drivers. Like, God admit, they're just only 18, 19 years old. Like, you can't expect them to, like, roll off all these wins and be successful and compare it to, like, other drivers in the series. Um, yes, like William Byron drove for KBM, had success there, and had, like, what, 7 wins, but didn't even make the final four. Um, so it doesn't make sense to me. So they're like trying to base his worth on the truck series. I'm like, not sure why truck series has to be the com- common denominator of why he shouldn't be going to the Xfinity series. Like, did you see Jimmy Johnson ever run the truck series? No. And win a race? No. He ran like maybe one Xfinity race and won it, one Xfinity race and went up to the Cup Series, and look how well he's doing. Um, you guys want like complain so much about wanting like fresh new faces, young talent, or just talk about like the state of the sport, but you don't want to give these young drivers who actually have the talent a chance, and that's why you think the sport's dying because you don't give them a chance. Like this whole young crop of drivers are incredibly talented. We got Blaney, we got Chase, we got Larson, we got Eric Jones, and we got Christopher Bell. Like, it's crazy the amount of talent that we have in the sport, but you don't want to acknowledge it. It's crazy to me that you people want to acknowledge it. You're like trying to compare them. It makes feel like they are failing at their job because they're not winning all these races. Like, guys, see the competition they're up against: Kyle Busch, his brother Kurt Busch, Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, Truex, Hamlin. Like all of these good ass drivers. You can't expect them to like just rattle off wins when they're battling these guys too. Like Chase and Larson have been fortunate enough to win quite a few races in the last like what 5 years against these guys. Like Chase, he's beaten Kyle Busch, Harvick, Truex multiple times. Like I just don't understand. But it's like people are complaining because of again the last name thing. You guys complain about Dylan because related to Richard Childress. Complain about Chase because he's related to Bill Elliott and Blaney because he's Dave Blaney's son, and now Burton because Jeff Burton is his father and was in the NASCAR Cup Series. And you're saying like it's not about the talent anymore; it's about the money and the naming. It's like shut up, people. If you actually paid attention to the Xfinity Series and the handful of starts he's made, you realize he's actually pretty damn good at what he does. Like as an 18, 19-year-old kid, he is extremely talented. He has the potential to be something great. I feel like it. With racing in his blood and his like genealogy, I can't talk of his like the racing in his family, he will do well. It's not he's to tour up like the K&N or ARCA series or whatever it is, the series he through like K&N series. He like tore up that series, and Xfinity he's gotten like numerous top tens in the handful of starts he has. It's like you gotta give these kids some opportunities, some freaking chances. Like these guys are the future of our sport, and they're like building on their own legacy that either like their fathers made or whatever. It's like they're trying to make a name for themselves. Like, why can't you guys let them do that? You're making it seem like they don't stand a chance and focusing on like the truck series. Like he doesn't win in the truck series and it's supposed to. I'm like, why does it matter if he won the truck series or not? Some people haven't won in the truck series or never went through the truck series to get to the top level. Like Jimmy Johnson, he came from off road trucks to the NASCAR series, and he's doing amazing. Haley Deegan right now went from off road trucks, still drives off road trucks, like trophy trucks, whatever you want to call them, like Jimmy Johnson exactly, and is now moving into stock cars, and she's kicking ass at that. It's like these young drivers deserve more than what we're giving them. Like Christopher Bell is gonna kick ass in the Cup Series eventually, not next year, but eventually. Riddick will do the same damn thing, not next year, but eventually. All these drivers are working like they're. You guys expect them to fire off wins like the first year or two of their careers, but you gotta let them get their footing and actually understand what's going on in this series because it's new to them. It took Chase a few years to get a win, but he is super consistent because of his background. He has an Xfinity Series championship, numerous wins in the Xfinity Series, a couple wins in the Truck Series, and I just I don't get it. Why do people have to complain so much about young talent and they don't give them a chance? Like older fans, please just give them a chance. It's not hard to do. Like Noah, people give Noah crap the most because they think he's like not talented, but he's won pretty much in every single thing he's driven. Legend cars, okay, like any series that you think of, he's won in. He's won in the truck series, yeah, maybe twice, but at least he's done something and continued to go into runner up for the championship. So, and now he's in the Xfinity series. People are still giving him like shit because they think he's just there because of his sponsors and his daddy's money. I'm like, pretty sure his dad's not the one racing. None of these young drivers, their parents aren't racing. It's like their team owners aren't racing. So why does it matter if they're related to what their team owner? They all worked either at a faster pace or harder pace, like slower, harder pace to get where they are now because they show the talent and they have the performance in these trucks or cars or whatever. It's like Harrison Burton, so much potential. Is he like the best one on the track? No, but he is getting there. He's going to be one of the best on the track eventually. Like, you gotta give these kids time. That's all that is. You can't say it's a bad move and a waste of time, a waste of talent, waste of money. Um, I'm tired, so that's why. But gotta give these kids some time. It's like not hard to do. Like Noah, for example, he in the Xfinity series started out slow, but now he's like finally getting his footing, even though it is like, near the end of the season. He's still a rookie in the Xfinity series, and no one knows is that he hasn't had a DNF the entire season, and that's crazy to think of and do because he's a rookie with no DNFs in the Xfinity series. Like he'll finish a race with like banged up cars and finish like in the top 10 or top 5, and people are like, oh, he can't win, he can't do anything, blah blah blah. But yet he's the most consistent young driver without wins in the Xfinity series right now. He has several top 10s, several top 5s, but no one wants to give him credit for it. No one. Because they don't want to admit that they're wrong. So, just saying. Um, there's just too much stuff going. And like the playoff thing and in the Cup Series, like I freaking love Blaney, don't get me wrong, but the situation that my driver is in right now, points wise, is breaking my heart. But Chase is going to be running the same paint scheme he ran last year at Kansas, where he won, at Martinsville in a couple weeks. So, like next week, I freaking love that car. It's like gorgeous. As you remember, I got like that small win die cast, so I was like super excited about that. Um, so we're in a win or lose situation at Kansas if we can just pull it off. But other things can happen too, where it can points our way in, but like major implications have to happen for that to happen. So I'm happy Blaney won, but still feels weird that he did. And if he didn't, then Chase would be in a better situation. And I like posted, like reposted what NASCAR did. It's like friendship first, competitors second. Someone's like, no, it's competitors first. So I'm like, you don't realize the history of these two. They're like best friends. They don't let something like this, like the playoffs or whatever, like Blaney was in a must-win situation after Chase won his race. Like he after that round, Blaney made it to the next round of eight, not eight, like around 12. He was like the worst, like in points at that time. Went after Chase won and moved on to this current round. And Blaney was still excited for his buddy. He came over, congratulated him in victory lane. Um, and then now that Chase is in a bad position, well, not bad, but in a kind of a must win kind of deal. After Blaney won, Chase was the first one down on pit road to congratulate his friend because he's happy for him. That's just the nature of this sport. It's like either way, it's like your competitors, yes, on the track, but they are friends first. Like I feel like friendship and those kind of relationships are more important than whatever happens on the track. Honestly, yes, I want the best for both of my drivers. I both want them to make it through. But if one of them doesn't, then I guess I'll be upset, but I'll be happy for the other one too. But but it is what it is. So I like seeing friendships on track and like I don't know, special bonds, I should say. But yes, we're going to Kansas this weekend. We as in the series. Um, Xfinity and Cup are running this weekend at Kansas. Yes. Um, So we'll see after what happens there. It's going to be dramatic as usual. Um, Hendrick has a pretty good mile and a half program, like intermediate track program. I expect like Bowman to run well, Byron to run well, and Chase to run well. So, but we'll see what happens. That's all we can do. And I ended up having to work on Sunday, so I'm not gonna be able to watch the race. So I'm gonna keep my phone off the entire time because by the time I get home, the race will be over, and I don't want to know what happens until I get home. So, um, it is what it is. So, and on Monday, it's my birthday. So I'm going to be 28. I know it doesn't look like I'm 28, or 27, whatever. But it's so nice. Saturday, I'm doing something with my family. Um, my dad can't be here because he's working, but I'm with my mom and my sister this weekend. Gonna have a good time. I'll have Monday and Tuesday off instead of having Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. So it's gonna be a good weekend. Gotta go to work today. Want to, but I'm going to. Um, and I'm like going for like more fall darky vibes. I'm in a dark mood as you can tell. Um, what was I thinking of? My race weekend is coming up soon too. I'm so excited. Um, I want to meet some more drivers. I want to try and meet Alex Bowman and Byron again, and Jimmy, and it's gonna be so much fun. So um, I forgot what I was gonna say. But anyway, I had the brain fart. But anyway, uh, anyone else like feel like it doesn't feel like fall right now because where they're living? Like, if you live like on the West Coast or something like me, like on Arizona, it's really, really not really hot, but it's kind of warm. Like, I just want it to be officially this fall feeling, but course, me, I'm wearing all black because I have to wear black pants to work, but I wear an undershirt at work. So, because I go to the gym usually after work. But anyway, sorry for rambling for so long, but I need to get off, upload this, and I have to go to work. So, there's that. Yeah. So, I'm gonna finish this, brush my teeth, and then get my butt to work and prepare for the longest day of my life. Not really, but yesterday was a shit show at work. I'm not gonna go into detail about it. It was a shit show. So, and my I want to. I don't have it up here, but I got my uh, Becky Lynch gear in. So I'm gonna be Becky Lynch for Halloween. I got the band shirt. I got this. So I'm gonna wash this before I leave. Some water in there. Um, so I can't wait. I'm obsessed with Becky Lynch right now because she's badass. So I got some like spray and hair color. Got like orange and like goldish. So I can just put that in my hair. So I'm pretty excited. So I'm hoping everyone's having a good day. We're almost done with this week. It's Thursday. Um, get ready for Fast Friday tomorrow. Get ready for race weekend. And yeah, so